Yes, and we are continuing our Wellness Wednesday coverage as social media captures more and more of society's time and attention. It begs the question, how is this influencing our teenagers, and what do we need to do about it? So here to share more insight on the growing mental health crisis, we have mental health therapist Claire Welton joining us in studio. Claire, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so, and we mentioned it just there in the intro, it's pretty staggering. Everyone can agree social media is completely changing the game.
Yes.
But when it comes to kids, what are you seeing the impact that social media is having on them?
Yeah, so if you think about it, when a lot of us grew up, we didn't have that. So if we're in school, we're getting bullied, we're getting constant berating, we're getting this all the time. We could go home, we could be away from it.
Yeah.
Here with social media, it doesn't end. And I would say the majority of the problems are stemmed from social media. So when I had kids walking in my office, it was, this is what somebody said on Snapchat or Instagram or TikTok, and it's really, really hurting and harming kids' mental health.
And going off of that, just so people do know that you have worked in several local schools, so you've seen this firsthand.
Yes, yes I have, and I think I've worked at all boys high schools as well, and I think the idea that boys don't go through these issues is one that we need to change, because they do, and they have a lot of pressure put on them, not only from their own social circles, but also to be strong and to not show that. So I did work with a lot of young teens.
So we're seeing the impact of social media, but one thing you're also seeing, and I told you I didn't know about this before, but it's called analysis paralysis. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think nowadays, again, with social media, even shopping, but let's go to schools, right, with colleges. People have so many choices.
Yes.
And they think the more choices that they have, the better it is. And really, the reality is, with studies shown, the choices that remain have less value because people get paralyzed. They don't know if what they're going to choose is going to be the right fit for them. So I had a lot of kids that, oh, I'm going to apply to 20, 30 schools. I'm like, don't do that. You're going to one school. So not only do we see that in that area, but with friendships and things that they need to choose that they feel are such a big impact in their life, they struggle. So. And
if you think about kids these days, they really are growing up with all the options in the world.
Yes.
That's the only kind of world they've ever lived in.
Right.
And it's interesting to see how that is impacting now college choices and all of that, just something that maybe you and I didn't feel a connection to.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do we end the stigma? You mentioned boys and helping the boys as well. How do we end this and say that mental health should be a priority for kids?
Yeah, I think talking about it. So the biggest thing is getting out there and talking about it, and I really believe in doing that and putting an end to the idea of what it is, going to therapy or asking for help, because really, truly, the strong people ask for help, but I think the stigma is you're weak if you ask for help. So getting out there, speaking about it, getting engaged, and I would love to be a part of that.
Of course, so you are going to speak to some schools. I know that's part of your mission.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a full screen here with all of your information, but Claire, why don't you just take us through how people can find you?
Yeah, so I work right now at Crossroads Counseling Center in Creve Coeur. We do counseling. We have play therapists from young age all the way to people in their 80s or 90s, so we are available, but we also have people who have worked in schools, and such as myself, and I would love to get into schools and do some talks to not only the students, but if teachers or faculty and staff or the parents are in need, I would love to be a part of that.
Of course, because we all could take the time for ourselves and our mental health. It is so, so imperative. Thank you so much, Claire, for joining us today.
Thank you, Mary.